Hey everybody! In this video I show you how to set up your GoPro perfectly, how to update the firmware and how to use the new GoPro. Have fun with this video! After taking your GoPro out of the box, open the battery door and insert the battery. At the same time you can already insert a micro SD card. The pins of the SD card look to the exterior of the camera. You should use a fast SD card for your GoPro to avoid problems. I'll put some links in the video description for you. Please keep in mind that a good and fast SD card is important for your GoPro to work properly later on. Before you make any further settings, I would charge the battery completely. To do this, open the side door and charge your GoPro using the supplied USB cable. The red light will tell you if the camera is still charging. When the red light goes out, it is fully charged. You can now switch on your camera and set it up. You switch on the GoPro by pressing the mode button on the side. Don't forget to install the GoPro app on your smartphone first, so that you can connect your smartphone immediately. Now choose your language, agree to the terms of use and consider whether you want to activate GPS. The camera will then record the location of your shots. You can now connect your camera to your smartphone. If you have difficulties with the connection, you can get the name and the password under I. Then set the date and the time. Before we take the next steps, I'll show you briefly how the GoPro menu is structured. Basically, the GoPro distinguishes between three modes: time-lapse, video and photo. You can switch between these three modes by wiping to the left or to the right. Alternatively, you can also use the mode button. At a later time, I will make detailed tutorials for each mode and show you my preferred settings. If you're interested, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. At the moment, I'll show you briefly how to access the most important functions. If you tap on the menu at the bottom, you will get the settings that you can change in the respective mode. Here you can set the resolution, the field of view and the frame rate in video mode. You can also activate the Protein settings in this menu. Use the magnifying glass in the lower right corner to activate the zoom. However, this is a digital zoom, which leads to a reduction of the image quality, and which you should only use if you want to zoom and are not interested in editing your videos or photos. Use the icon at the bottom left to select the different shooting modes, for example burst or night photo for photos. The icon above activates the short clips in video mode and the timer in photo mode. If you wipe from the bottom to the top, you open your media library. Here you can view and delete your videos and photos. There is a function that lets you scroll through your videos and mark the best moments. There is also the possibility to view videos in slow motion. You can use the icon at the top right to adjust the volume or turn the sound off completely. If you wipe from top to bottom, you'll open the basic settings menu. There are 4 functions that you can quickly access. Voice control to control your camera with your voice. The beep sound can be turned on and off. You can activate quick capture to start a recording immediately without having to turn on your GoPro. And on the far right, you can activate the screen lock. If you tap on the preferences button, you open the menu with the further general settings. Here you can, for example, set the date and time, the volume of the beep tone, the video codec or connect devices. To get the most out of your GoPro, you should now check if you have the latest firmware installed. To do this, select About and Camera Info. Under version number, you can check the version of your firmware. You should now check on the homepage of GoPro under Support, Cameras, Product Updates, whether there is already a more recent firmware for your camera. This is very likely when you buy a new one. Updates are extremely important. For example, with the firmware version 1.0, the Hypersmooth stabilization for 4K 60 is not available. It would be optimal if you would update your firmware manually. For this you should format your micro SD card beforehand. You go to Reset and then to Format SD card and Format. This will of course result in the loss of all data stored on your card. Please keep in mind that you should format your SD card periodically so that your GoPro works properly. After your card has been formatted, turn off your GoPro and remove the card. Now download the current firmware from the homepage and extract the zip file. A folder with the name Update will be created. If the folder has a different name, for example Update 2, because you have already loaded an update once, you have to rename it. Now copy the folder to your SD card and insert the card back into the GoPro. When you turn on your GoPro, the update process starts. Wait until the process is completed and then check whether your GoPro now has the latest firmware. Your GoPro is now perfectly set up, so have fun with it. You support me with a like and until next time.